OK, we're doing a double interview here for Lancashire this afternoon. I've got Adie Gleeson, Scott Davidson. First of all, fellas, how are you finding this year?
It's really good. It seems more of a professional feel to it than it has been for the last few years. This is my third year with Lancashire now, and the last few years it's been sort of thrown together. Like last year I was still playing and training, so I didn't even train before I played. But we've come down to the East and St Pat's this year. Facilities are brilliant, coaching structure seems better, just a whole round more professional feeling to it. Some new lads on board, some of the older lads who've been here for a few years now. And like I said, this is my third year. I think David's been here 4 years. Still some of the same heads, but some young lads coming through, which is really good. What about you, Davo?
I think the standard of the player is a bit better this year overall. There don't seem to be any weak links in the squad, and the squad seem quite together as well. It doesn't seem like everyone's fighting for positions. It's like everyone wants everyone to do well, and we're all pushing each other on.
Yeah.
Does that come down to the fact that of the selection process? Does that play a part in that, do you reckon?
Like I said before, the past few years it's pretty much whoever's turned up sort of played, because there's not been much fight for position, not been trial sessions where I think this year the close to 60 players came for the trial, which means people are wanting to play county rugby again, wanting to play for the county, which is brilliant. But I think it's a big thing to do it because they've been whittled down now to pretty much the squad, so I think people are comfortable with it and they're comfortable with everyone else. Like Davo said, the quality of player and the quality of sessions. I mean, we're only here for an hour and a half a week, but it feels like we train twice a week with each other. Everyone just fights on board straight on it, which is really good.
And how does this compare with your clubs?
To be fair, our club this year, that's been a lot more professional. It's been run really well, but I think that you've always got weaker links in each team in a club level because it is set on a broader spectrum. There's more players, there's second team players, so when you're trying to get drills done, it doesn't flow quite as well as it does at this standard, because everyone's at a similar standard, so you can progress the drill faster. Where when you've got second team players in, which is rightly so because everyone deserves to play rugby, it falls apart a bit at times, and that's so
quite stop-start.
It flows better, so you progress better, and then obviously everyone works well together as well.
Yeah. I think down at Mayfield for the past few years now, we've been in the Premier. It has a very professional outlook on it. We've got a great coach there who's come from that background, so he's brought that into Mayfield. But like Dago said, when sort of your second team step in, it's sort of the level drops where you don't have that here because you're all sort of the elite of the amateur game, which is really good.
Well, you touched upon your club form. Obviously, great season for Mayfield, winning the trophy at the end of it.
Yeah, brilliant first trophy, proper trophy. I think they won the Division 1 in 2007, but to win the cup this year was brilliant. To have a go with the pro lads next year in the iPro Cup will be great. Little disappointed even. I think we should have done better in the league. Lost quite a few silly games, lost by a few points here and there. Like Siddle away, we lost thanks to someone kicking out on full in the last minute. But no, it weren't me. I weren't playing, I was banned. But yeah, just like I said, we had a great year. Winning the trophy was brilliant, and especially it came on such a good day for the club. We'd lost one of the stalwarts in Stephen Gartland this year, and that day was his birthday, and to get the trophy presented by his sons, it gave us that bit of fight and that bit more energy, belief to win it.
And Scott as well, great season for Blackbrook.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fairy tale season. We started off shocking, couldn't get a win. We got battered off Hunslet at their place by 70, and then the new coaches come in, sort of took it back to basics a bit really, and just built week on week. And obviously it didn't start straight away. We built on it, and then towards the end of the season we went 13 games unbeaten and got promoted. So obviously it worked out, like I say, fairy tale season. To go to Askham and we won it in the last minute with a kick was just unbelievable.
And that's such a tough place to go, I can say from previous experience going with Lee East the week before actually.
It was a great achievement for the club. We had, from every member in the squad really, because we had times when we had injuries and we had people come in and just put a shirt on, and and we ended up winning. Like, we went to Jews with a scrap team and they come back with a win, and just different things like that sent us through as a thing. We just had a great togetherness through the season, and it picked up. We just took one game at a time, and obviously the end goal, the start goal at the beginning of the season was to get promoted, but we never thought we was going to do that. It was then about survival, and then obviously to go on and get the promotion was brilliant.
So fellas, I know that when I like to do these interviews and I've got like guys who's played at different clubs, I always like to use it as a bit of an opportunity for those guys to sell the clubs, really, because obviously, you know, you spend a lot of time down at your relevant clubs. They're a big part of your lives, aren't they? So Adie, if we start with yourself, looking at Rochdale Mayfield, again, great history of a club.
Yeah, it's a very historical club. A bit like Blackbrook, we have many youth teams. I think we've got teams starting now from 5 all the way up to 18s. Our 18s have just won the league for won the Premier, which is the first time it's ever happened at our club. But they've got unbeaten in the league for 2 years, which is a massive achievement. And the youth come in this year because I think in our first team we've used about 10 of our under 18s, and each one of them stepped up and done us a job, won us games, and scored them crucial points, which have got us that far. So I think Mayfield, they're on the right foot. They had a change of committee around 5 years ago, and the first team sometimes sulk in the second team because there's a lot more focus on the youth. But I think they're seeing now why, because they're coming up into the first team and progressing. And they've got lads on scholarships, lads on getting professional contracts. It shows why they're focusing on the youth. And the facility at Mayfield are really good. Not quite as good as Leeds here, but they've got 3 pitches, another one in the process. Great clubhouse, great changing rooms, shower that and all that good though. But yeah, I've played at Mayfield since I was 7, and I couldn't see myself leaving. It's like after touring with GB last year, I got asked to go into the programme with Rochdale Harness. It's a local team, and I thought I'd miss out on stuff like playing with Lancashire and then playing with Mayfield. So I knocked that on there to stay with Mayfield.
And for yourself, Scott, your chance to sell Blackbrook here.
How do I do that? It's insane Helens. No, it was obviously similar to Adie, really. The youth setup's amazing at Blackbrook. Yeah. They've got the Royals, and they've got age all the way through, and most of the teams are at the top end of playing, like in the leagues, aren't they, for Blackbrook, and they win things a lot. In terms of the progression as well, like, I think recently there's been more focus on bringing the 18s up to open age, whereas they hadn't been that before. So we were losing the quality players because they go to scholarship and come up, but that's not the same anymore. Like last year, I think we had something like 7 or 8 included in the squad that got us promoted. So that's a great part of it. There's always a good family feel down there. My kids and my wife come down and watch every week. Other lads that have got kids, they all come down. It's safe. They play like they all play together, and it's just a good family feel down there. It's good.
I know that Adie, you mentioned about the links with Rochdale Harness. Blackbrook have a great history of providing players for St Helens as well, don't they?
Yeah. There's been plenty of players that go into the programme. There's always scouts down watching these, from not just from St Helens, from Wigan and from all the other, and Widnes and all of it, like the more local clubs in that area. But yeah, there's been plenty of people that go into the programme through Blackbrook, through the Royals.
So Lancashire this year. Dare I ask you for a prediction, or is that a little bit too potentially being a bit arrogant, possibly?
No, I think a question that are always going to come in a tri-series like this. My first year we won the tri-series, but we lost against Yorkshire in the final game, and that was a strange feeling. We'd lost the game but won the series because of point difference. So, and then last year won't talk about last year, but this year I feel really confident with the quality of player we've got down. I think we can go on and beat them both and retain that tri-series.
I agree. I'm not, obviously we all want to win,
yeah.
And that, you're going to say that anyway. But I think like the Yorkshire game last year was the way we could play. We hammered them. They didn't have a look in, did they? And then things broke down between playing the Yorkshire game and then playing the Cumbria game. But I don't think that'll happen this year. I think the professionalism we've got as a team and the coaching and as a group, I think that'll stick us through, and I think we'll do them both this year, definitely.
Thanks, guys. Sorry.